How's it going, party people? I am Jonah. This is
Thermite.
As always, this is a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. Let me turn off the heat. This is Season 1, Episode 2 of Moon Knight, Summon the Suit, or Summoning the Suit, one of the two, something like that. Summon the Suit.
Okay.
Summon the Suit. Very obvious, but also could be a double meaning for a lawyer.
Oh. I think it's going to be a Mark can summon the suit, but, what is his name? Our main character?
Steven.
Steven can't. So it's going to be a, we can't keep on going from me to you to the suit, so you have to be able to do it.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know.
It could just be a general. That's what we do.
Yeah. We'll see. As always, if you want to get the full link, check it out in the description below. There's the link. Get it. Then come back for the discussion. Alright, so, as I was saying, by the way, the CGI suit thing, to clarify a bit more on that, I think it is, it is not just the, it makes sense in universe, because, with nanobots and whatever, I guess it makes sense, but it's, it is that, I always want the suit to just follow rule of cool, I guess, more than anything else, and, this is the only time in which a CGI suit has been cool. The act of putting on a CGI suit has been cool.
Okay.
I can't think of any other CG suit we've had that has had, a cool, put-on thing.
I'd say, the Iron Man suit-ups are pretty cool.
Which one? The nanobot ones.
I'd say, the one, in Avengers, where, he's walking, and as he's walking, it, puts itself onto him piece by piece.
But that's not nanobots.
I mean, yeah, it's CG. You said CG suits.
Sure. I guess I mean, suits that you're not actually putting on, if that makes sense. Spider-Man doesn't put on a suit. He just becomes a suit, basically.
Okay.
There's nothing there, just nanobots just form out of thin air around
right,
them.
the Iron Spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, or, I don't know, I guess I don't have, that's the one that immediately comes to mind. But the Iron Man suit, I feel or the Iron Man spray shit and stuff. I guess it's more just the nanobots I couldn't give a fuck about,
Sure, I agree with that.
But yeah, CG suits is probably a bad, I mean, I definitely agree with the CG suits thing for the most part, but there's definitely, exceptions. I would say it is more I just don't like the, goop suits.
Okay.
I want the Iron Spider, I would probably like the Iron Spider more if it felt like it was made out of metal, not made out of goop.
Sure. I can understand that then. So, if... Yeah, okay, sure. If you're saying this is a goop suit that you like...
Yeah, but I would say that this isn't a goop suit. It is something that forms out of nothing, but it also is, wraps around, so it's not just goo. There's clearly pieces to it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, the Iron Spider suit doesn't have pieces, it's just all goo.
Yeah, I'd say it's closer to the Iron Man suit up then.
Yeah.
Because part of it's also that, very tactile, you see the person, you see the pieces, it, comes together.
Yeah. I guess, I would put it close to the Iron Man thing. I guess it really just boils down to I want them to put on the fucking suit.
Sure.
And, this is still putting on the suit, versus the nanobots, you're not putting on a suit.
Sure.
I don't even, it's just kind of you must have, a mental implant or something, I'm guessing. I don't know how the fuck that works. But, I don't know. I don't know how to exactly talk about it, but...
But yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
Do you want to talk about the suit at all?
It's pretty cool. How do I put this? Okay, I'm gonna have to hit you with the big thing, because it colors everything I'm thinking about, which is that, how do I put it? The Moon Knight I know is not supernatural.
Okay.
And, what I've heard vaguely is that they've gone more supernatural with Moon Knight.
Okay.
And so that's the thing, I assumed this was going to be, very streets, very, it's a guy, and, he's got, a personality thing going on, but you don't know if it's magic or not.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fact they're going whole hog with the, like, he literally is summoning a suit. Mm-hmm. And, like, you know, like, Khonshu is definitely real. Mm-hmm. And, like, you know, like, actually moving stuff around.
Yeah.
There's, like, and it does seem like there's someone else who, like, actually spoke to him. Like, yeah. That's all stuff that is, like... I bet when you see the reaction, there's a lot of points where I'm going, "Ooh?"
Oh, yeah, where I was just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, like, with that in mind, like... Thinking about the suits as, like, a magic system of sorts, I think it is really cool. Like,
I think it is because it is magic. Like, even the, you know, with Steven, where he just, like, he's just in the suit. Like, there's no transformation, he's just in the suit.
Yeah.
But even that, I'm fine with because it is literal magic, as opposed to, like, when they try and say that the, you know, magic is nanobots.
Sure.
Yeah, it really just comes down to believability.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that Tom Holland, or that Tom Holland Spider-Man, I should say, that Peter Parker has a fucking, like, chip in his brain, and then also, where the fuck are these nanobots even at all? Are they just in the ether? Mm-hmm. Like, I just can't understand what could possibly be happening.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think that actually fits a lot, like... the believability factor of it.
Yeah.
Because even with the Jackals, for instance... Like, I believe them more and more as I see them. And part of that is because they move like nothing else in the existence.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, seeing how they, like, fight, and then seeing, you know, them invisible, where it is just, like, the characters floating about, and seeing that they're still moving in this, like, weird way.
Yeah.
I think adds that layer of, like, these are real things that really move like this, whether you can see them or not.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It takes something that could be a, like, oh, well, this isn't real, and turns it into a, it's real and it's magical.
Yeah. Like, I don't, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just the more you show a CG monster, the more chance you have for people to be like, you know, this isn't scary, or I don't care. So I'm glad that they are not only showing it more, they've also shown it in, like, bright light, they've shown it in slow motion. Like, yeah. I appreciate that we're getting, and Khonshu as well, like, we're not always seeing him in shadows, like, we're seeing him up close, you know.
Yeah, like, episode 1, like, it really helps cement it in retrospect as well. It's like, episode 1 is horror because you don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And episode 2 is the very big, like, we're learning way more about what's going on, and because we understand it more, if it was all in shadows, you'd start to think, well, that's just because they can't draw Khonshu.
Yeah.
As opposed to, no, he is really there. We're getting very clear glimpses of him. You're, like, seeing the texture on him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and yeah, I can't stress enough. I'm so glad we're getting a monster thing like this.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it is also like I'm summoning monsters to go fight you. A guy with a fucking staff who can summon monsters out of the goddamn ground.
And I appreciate how it's very grounded by the Steven stuff. Like him, you know, going through this whole adventure and then telling the security guy, like, hey, you'll watch this, this will prove that I'm not insane. And it's just like, well, it looks like you just freaked out and then ran to the bathroom and smashed it up.
Yeah.
Or... yeah, just going through the very realistic, like, well, because you missed... well, they didn't say because you missed all that time, but at the very least, because you did a bunch of property damage, like, yeah, we have to fire you, but we're trying to be nice, we're not pressing charges, here's, like, a mental hospital you can go to, like, you know...
Yeah, that was way... but, like, especially with how they were showing all the employees are terrible and shitty, like,
yeah.
I was really, like, oh, okay, that was better than I expected. But yeah, I love this is such a... I love that we got Hawkeye and then this.
Yeah.
Like, even, like Hawkeye and No Way Home and then this. Like, they're all kind of, like, playing off each other in very interesting ways.
Yeah.
Like, again, Hawkeye was very much so a, like, very deep in the mystery for, all of it up until the end, and then you get all the reveals. Whereas this is, like, we pretty much, like, we've gotten... The first episode, by the end of it, we have a pretty good grasp of what's going on, like, just through theories, and then by episode 2, we're just straight up told it all. Like, even stuff like you shouldn't trust Khonshu, he always lies, and then we immediately get, by the way, I'm lying to you, and I don't know if that's true that she's gonna be the next one. By the way, I want her to be the next one.
Yeah.
Like, they're making it very, very clear, which I really appreciate. Like, we do the mystery bit and clear it up in 2 episodes, basically, and now we're just adventure time, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's gonna be some twists here and there and stuff like that, but it's not like a murder mystery sort of thing. There's not like a big thing we're trying to figure out. We're just kind of, like, there's no mystery right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, for something like this, I would expect it to be way bigger mystery. But no, there's actually not really a mystery right now.
Yeah. It's also really cool, too. Like, I appreciate any series that can, like, take a certain place and time and milk it for what it's worth. Episode 1 is the, you don't understand what's going on, this could all be in his head, it is terrifying, it's the horror episode. Whereas this is Mark is the bad guy, he is the villain, he is the, like, oh my god, this guy, executed all these people, you don't think he's the final boss or anything, but it's a real, like, the worst thing that could happen is him taking control. And then by the time he takes control, you realize, oh no, Khonshu is so much worse. And here's all the reasons why Mark's been doing, most of the stuff we've been told. It is this immediate flip to, okay, so he's also a victim, and now he's gonna, be our main character for a little bit, and oh fuck, I feel bad for him now.
Yeah. I like that. Like, I don't know how, I'm glad we're going to hopefully following Mark from now on, because, it's, like, hard to get, like, an exact read on him. Also, I guess that is the only mystery, I would say, is, like, what the hell is going on with the body situation? Like, Mark is the Avatar.
Yeah.
Not Steven. But also Steven is an Avatar, in a sense.
Yeah, Steven can transform.
Yeah, it seems like they're both avatars in that way. But, like, also, Mark was a corpse. How the fuck does that work? Like...
Yeah. Does Steven have a, like, contract with Khonshu?
Yeah.
Because it seems like a specific, like, you are my avatar, and we have made a contract, we have an agreement. The agreement can change, according to what we decide.
Yeah.
It feels like, Steven might just be, like, leeching off of that almost.
Yeah, because, like, in episode 1, I didn't think there was going to be, like, a main body, main personality sort of situation. I thought it was going to be, they've both been here the entire time since the very beginning. But now I'm like, I don't know, but I also don't know what the fuck it could be. The fact that he was a corpse, then maybe his soul was put into... Like, this isn't like a personality thing. This is like his soul was extracted from a actual, person that existed, body, blah, 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 and then put into Steven. And, in a way of, like, put my soul into another person and I will continue working for you.
Okay.
Because Ahmet was like, Khonshu was like, you think you own that body. No, like, so, as in, he made a deal, put me in this other body and I'll continue to do the thing for you so that way you don't take over, my wife. But, that then came with the, like, he thought that was going to be, and I also get a body sort of situation, but no, it's not your body, and if you say, we're done, then your wife's going to be my new avatar, and I'm just going to kill you,
Okay, I can see that.
So, maybe that's what it is. I'm leaning more towards that now.
Okay.
But yeah, originally I thought it was just they were there together forever.
Yeah.
From the beginning. I'm
very curious about the mom situation. Yeah. Because Steven has a mom who he talks to, and according to Layla, when she thinks that Steven is Mark, and he mentions his mom, she's like, "Oh, so you're talking again?"
Yeah.
Which implies that they don't talk anymore. So like, if they share the same mom, that would still make sense. As they like, I don't talk to her because Steven, talks to her. Slash, if I were to call her up, she'd be like, "Hey, Steven, how's it going?"
But also, he hasn't actually talked with his mom, Steven. He's only left her a voicemail.
That's fair.
But he hasn't, like, we don't know what, we haven't heard her voice or anything like that.
Yeah, because it's also her apartment, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think she definitely exists.
Oh, yeah.
But, how much she exists or how much she's, like, connected to either of them is up in the air right now.
Does Steven have, like, fake memories? Also, like, the fact that Steven is very much so like the wife. Like, they are identical almost. What's up with that?
Yeah. If it is a split personality thing, it could be a, like, if Mark is the original, Steven could be the, like, how do I put it? I want to be an innocent person, slash this is, like, a collection of everything I consider to be good and not like me. And if, if he thinks of his wife as someone who is good and innocent and whatnot, I could see that being reflected in Steven.
Yeah, and Khonshu wants people with a high moral conscience.
They both have a high moral conscience, I assume.
Yeah.
Like Mark because he has the contract, Steven because we see it.
Oh, I was thinking... Oh, yeah, I guess... Yeah. I don't know about Mark yet. We'll see. Mark seems kind of morally gray.
I mean, Khonshu is morally gray.
Well, yeah, but, we're not talking about Khonshu's moral compass. Khonshu is picking people with good moral compasses.
Fair.
But yeah, and why do you think he's picking people with good moral compasses?
I mean, I'd say it's, as, what is our villain called?
Arthur.
Like, I think it is just as Arthur called it. Like, Khonshu and Amit are both, like, justice figures, but Amit is the, she got too into the, like, we can't just revenge, we can't just avenge, we have to prevenge, as Tony said.
Yeah. Whereas
Khonshu is the super hard, of course we can't prevenge, but that means we have to avenge, by all means necessary. Like, brutal justice.
Yeah, I suppose. It seems more fucked up than that. Like, not the justice part of it, but the whole, Avatar part of it. Like, that's what I was getting at. But I guess we'll see more.
I also do love that we, like, by episode 2, we already have the hard talk about, is pre-vengeance good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I loved that conversation.
Like, the baby thing is a thing I bring up constantly, and so I really loved hearing it from, from a character in a series, period.
Yeah.
Of just, is it okay to be killing babies if the babies are going to be evil at some point?
And, even they're not going to say yes, they're just like, oh, he brought up the baby thing, okay, kill him.
Yeah, it is the dark side of, here's this whole district that is full of good people who are behaving nicely, they don't have to worry about each other, but of all those people, how many had to die?
Oh, yeah.
How many, if there's 100 people in an idyllic civilization, how many people outside of that had to die to get to the people who will never ever do a bad thing ever?
Yeah, and also, it is interesting, again, that the one guy who he got the scarab from again, he just, kills him with the staff, I think.
I think so.
Which, I don't know if that's a quick judge, or, how that works, if that's just a kill move. Or he definitely sucked him out,
Yeah, there's definitely a drain.
Yeah, big old sucky. But then, when we've seen it be with the people, it, has to be a them consenting to it thing. It was hey, does anybody want to come up and do this? And, both people were, and it was are you ready to accept the consequences? That's how cults are. But it's interesting that it's does it have to be a consent thing? Or, clearly he can use the staff and everything, but the judgment scale thing.
Yeah.
Does that have to have the person's consent? Or, can you force them into it?
Yeah. Right now I'm guessing... You don't need their consent, but he's doing it as part of the society.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah. But it would be interesting. It because that would add a whole other conundrum to it too. If it's you only do it if they do consent.
Yeah.
It's the classic is it okay to consent to dying?
But yeah, to simplify it in my mind right now, I'm assuming it's all one thing, because that also prevents our opponent, who has an instant kill move, from instant killing our main character.
Yeah.
If it is he can only do it if it is a quick judge.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it has to be a judge, yeah. Anything else you wanted to bring up from this episode? I like both the suits, even our clean. Also, I just love Steven's accent in general. He's such he's such a bruv, guy.
I don't know what the actor's actual accent is. I'm so curious. I'm usually not that curious, but because the MCU has such a big habit of getting people with accents and telling them you can't use your accent.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is we finally let an actor use their accent, or if this is we got someone with a flat American accent, told them you have to do an accent.
I feel like he's got to have just a flat American accent, right? And he's putting on a British accent. I don't know, but I feel like it's always the other way around. It's so much easier to do an American accent than it is to do a British accent that doesn't sound ridiculous. I mean, he does sound ridiculous, don't get me wrong. All British people sound ridiculous. It's, it's a children's language. But I love how sportsy he feels. He talks like someone that is super into sports, despite not really being into sports.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But that's the exact vibe. Like, every time I hear this accent, it's people who are discussing sports.
Ah.
But yeah, I can't get over just how cool Arthur is. He's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, instantly, we're 2 episodes in and I'm already so in love with him. He's so cool.
I don't think it's an evil thing, but I am very disturbed by the, like, in his compound, like, the group of people who are all watching the, like, it's not a nature documentary.
No.
It's just short clips of animals and creatures.
And plants.
Yeah, it's just, like, life.
Mm-hmm. And they're watching it, like, with headphones on.
Yeah, so as not to disturb anyone, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like, this isn't a utopian thing. I don't know who likes this.
I mean, maybe they're all high as shit, you know? Who knows what maybe it is a nature documentary, you know, in the headphones.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Sissy Hypno with nature.
Oh, nature hypno.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm very curious to see if we'll get, like, you know, more of the cults just in general, because I do like the vibe so much of just like, we're cool, we got like yoga mats on the side, we've got some art up, we're all just vibing and living in this communal space.
Yeah, also like just having a mook army of just people.
Yeah.
Like there's no like consistency in design or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can never tell, you know, it's the Hydra shit.
Yeah.
Got another secret organization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder why he has the storage locker room that he also sleeps in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when it seems like when they sleep, that's a definite, like, they're gonna switch sort of situation.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
My guess is they didn't, like, always switch when they sleep.
Probably, yeah. Like, there was a bigger wall between them before.
Yeah. And so before it was, like, you know, Mark trying not to mess with Steven's life. So it is the, like, I'll just sleep in the storage locker, it's fine.
Yeah, because he didn't want to catch on, so a lot of the stuff like, oh, how come he never this, that, it's because he was trying to keep it hidden as much as possible.
Yeah, like, I love that interpretation, the idea that he was also trying to keep Steven safe by keeping him away from all of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this one. Actually, I do want to say, like, this is for sure the most anime-inspired MCU thing we have gotten. Like, for sure, not even like it's inspired by anime, but like it is inspired by very clearly specific animes and stuff like that. And like JoJo and My Hero Academia, I think are the two, like, it is extremely inspired by this, and definitely someone who's read the manga, because there's even some like part 8 shit that I feel like, you know, not even like as being referenced, but just very clearly like inspired by you know, various things. And yeah, those are the two that I feel the strongest, but like I feel like this is definitely somebody who is an anime fan, a manga fan, and you know, yeah, I can see it. I can feel it. I can feel it. But it's one of those ones where if I try to say what scenes and things that I'm thinking of, people are gonna be like, that's a stretch. But there's like, I can name like 8 different fucking things in this that is like, that's too, you know, when it's like 1 or 2 or 3, but then when there's 8 points where it's like, this is getting a bit like, this has to be. But okay, we'll see you guys for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.